Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there. Welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. As always, invite everybody to join us on Patreon and also YouTube memberships. There are exclusives that come up all the time.
Indeed.
And we want to thank you guys for your support. We couldn't do it without you guys.
We absolutely could not.
You know, it takes a team. It takes a team. So what I wanted to show you here primarily was a lot of people are starting to look very closely at the food supply. Here you go. This person just got the steak from Publix. After cooking it, the steak does not hold shape. It completely comes apart into a slime-like meat glue is how they're describing it. Can mush the slime around the fingers. This costs $47. We are being sold fake food in America. Well, you know, again, it's not something a lot of people haven't heard before, perhaps, but a lot of countries around the world will not accept certain food products from us simply because of what is allowed to go into the food supply in the U.S. that's not allowed to go into the food supply in other countries. You know, again, when it comes to the U.S., we've been operating on a different set of rules here, and you got to question why. This person, they think, you know, they're putting the question out there, did we get some of that Gil Bates fake stuff? Is this like that Beyond Meat or something? I mean, what the heck is this? You know, because they've been on the planet for a long time. They've done a lot of cookouts, and they've just never seen meat that reacts this way, and it doesn't feel normal. It doesn't feel right. So we know that there is black goo all around us. There is black goo. Do you remember Prometheus movie, which was the first movie, even though chronologically it didn't come out first, in the Alien versus Predator, that whole series, Alien series, the Predator series. This is the one that goes back to the beginning, in which we see these engineer species, which look to be big, bald, 12-foot humans. Again, Anunnaki is what the reference is going for. They are the ones that have supposedly created humans. And, you know, they think they made a mistake, and they are sending a biological weapon to Earth to wipe out humans. There's black goo, which, when it gets into the body, turns people into some kind of reptilian-looking monsters. Yeah, you can't make it up. Now, when you look to Alien versus Predator fandom wiki, if you want to get a little clarity there, you get the whole name, chemical AO-whatever, known as Prometheus fire. Ooh, remember Prometheus? Prometheus, the Titan that was chained to a rock so he could have his liver eaten out, and then it'll regenerate, and every day he gets his liver eaten out as a decree by Zeus, because he gave humans fire. He gave humans, again, if you think about fire, fire gives off light, gives off heat too. But light is knowledge, it's gnosis, it's understanding in an experiential way. So in other words, Prometheus kind of taught humans something that he wasn't supposed to teach us. We were supposed to stay in the dark. Okay. Prometheus cleansing fire that keeps the universe clean of parasites like you. Ooh, well, when humans operate as a parasite on the earth, then we're going to get an immune system response. When we toxify the water, the air, and everything around us, then it's like the body is going to look at us as a parasite and try to remove it. When we stop acting that way, then yes, absolutely, we can have a totally different circumstance with, bringing more balance and harmony to the world. But here you go. So this black goo in Prometheus, black liquid or pathogen, was an extremely potent and virulent mutagenic pathogen. Mutagenic. Mutations, genetics. Wait a minute. You know, gosh, that sounds so familiar, doesn't it? You know, especially in the last 5 years. Millions of small microorganisms that were manufactured by the alien species known as the engineers, aka Anunnaki, designed to act in a dual role, to create life forms and also act as a biological weapon. Due to its volatile nature at ambient temperature, the engineers house the pathogen within special containers known as steatite ampules. Those affected by the mutagen were designated as anathema and were subject to various violent mutations, just simply becoming something that looks very, very demonic and dark. And here you have a butcher buying a pack of certified Angus beef from the grocery store. Looks like fake beef. It looks glued. So fake, he went to a local farm to show you the difference. And, this, as I'm losing my voice here, this is, if you're in, again, the Texas, Arkansas area, you're probably familiar with the store he went to and everything. And, then he goes and gets one that he knows is locally grown. I'll have the links for you guys, but he just says, I've been doing this all my life. This is how we were brought up. I've never seen something that behaves this way. And so, are you going to eat it or are you going to just throw it right in the garbage? Yeah, again, do you want to get sick? Now, this is on the heels of, again, our regular clients. We have many regular clients that we've known for some cases 5-7 years or more, that we talk to and get to see what is happening in their lives, what they're experiencing. A lot of people, oh wow, that looks good. Yeah, that does look good. A lot of people are having problems with food right now and trusting food and finding food that agrees with them. I think, again, there's a lot of changes going on in the world. And as we know, when it comes to the cancer and turbo cancers, it's absolutely skyrocketing, especially those cancers that we could look to as having an origin, or at least having an interaction with our diet. So we know there's something very, very wrong. And actually, I think there's many things that are very wrong with the food system, and also with our relationship to the planet.
The problem is it is everything you put in your body can either add to your health or take away from your health. I mean, everything. So we do our best to find healthy things to put into our body, but now those healthy things, even if they say they're healthy, they're not what they say they are. So how are you supposed to protect yourself? It's really kind of a mess.
It is. And, in case you haven't noticed, it looks to be some sort of division going on within the administration of 47. Meanwhile, we have RFK Jr. here exposing who owns all the meat packers in the U.S. We've talked about the fact that there's only really, when you get down to it, 6 main giant media companies, again, owning the TV channels, the papers. This is how it is. And yet, what segment of the media is exploding? Well, again, people that watch regular TV is lower than ever. Proportionately, more people are looking for real answers, and they're looking for average people that they could trust, to not give them any sort of political agenda, just to point out what is real. And when you look to the big company BlackRock, and again, oh boy, that's a tangent that'll take you all the way to Saturn in some ways. Saturn, Satan, yeah, absolutely. But also BlackRock is the biggest investment firm in the whole planet. And they happen to own all the main meatpacking companies. And, that's another aspect of it. What if, there's something in some of the packing material that is not healthy? We've seen this. I mean, gosh, we talked about PFASs, those forever chemicals and stuff. So, again, we're being fed a lot of information that can be absolutely overwhelming. I won't play the whole thing, but this is Matt from Cultivate Elevate. Matt does a great job. He's always fighting to awaken the masses. Do we agree with everything that Matt comes up with? Not exactly. We're all unique fractals, but I do definitely feel that he is on the side of trying to awaken as many people as possible. He's working his butt off, trying to tell people, again, you got to detox. And he gives you some solutions, and he even talks about the fact that when we have a candida overgrowth, it's the body making mold to eat metals, plastics, and toxins. Yes, again, so much starts with stopping the input of toxins into the body, and it's so challenging. When I came out of the hospital, I was on a 5-day fast. I didn't eat for 5 days. Coming out of the hospital, in some ways, I felt amazing. The level of energy and clarity was through the roof. Now, that was from 5 days of fasting. I didn't eat anything in the hospital. When they offered hospital food, I said, hell no, I'll wait, because I'm not going to eat anything that's going to be served in the hospital. That's just me, because I don't trust it. I got to know where it's coming from. And so we get stuff from small family farms for the most part. The stuff that feels safe enough to eat from, the bigger grocery stores in the area, we do. We pay more for going to the little ones, but then we eat less of it, in order to know that at least we're taking in a little less toxins. And I will see people from time to time say, there's nothing you could do. It doesn't matter. That's just a cop-out. If you really want to be as healthy as you can and make it through these times, this is the year of those numbers. You know which ones. Begins with a D. Give me an E. There's an A. Do you get the picture? This is the year of those numbers. Yes. And we need to change the timelines, because, again, the timelines are out there, in my opinion. You have the dark side puts the timelines out there to manifest the darkness. You have the light that puts out possibilities out there, so we can work our way around it and not manifest a dark reality. Sodium fluoride, as we know, it's being taken out of the water supply in some places. Now, again, there's countries where that would be totally illegal. And yet, as you see, the label for kids' toothpaste, I have not used fluoride toothpaste in like 20 years. I think, honestly, probably 2007 is when I switched. And interestingly enough, I haven't had any real tooth issues since I started making my own simply with baking soda, coconut oil, and peppermint essential oil. Sometimes we'll put in cloves, sometimes we'll put in tea tree. But that's basically it. And just swish with the coconut and the baking soda, and you're good to go. You don't have to spend so much money on these things that ultimately they're not doing you a service. We talked about the pineal gland. We need to have that functioning. This is going to interfere with the functioning of the pineal gland. And here you have the actor portraying Alex Jones. As again, have you noticed how many of these big celebrities seem to totally change? They go through wild body transformations or face structure changes. How many John Fettermans are there? Now, how many Christy Gnomes? How many Alex Jones are there? Really, when you get down to it. And talking about how it appears that part of 47's regime is fighting against itself now to slow the roll of reversing the intake of fluoride in the country. This I had shown in the past, and one time I think it's really important to know, because I noticed a difference. I used to buy some of these things, and we just leave them be. They are still there in the health food sections of stores and in the health marts. Primal Kitchen has been bought out by Kraft Heinz. Garden of Life bought out by Nestle. Burt's Bees by Clorox. Epic Provisions, General Mills. Tom's of Maine, Colgate. Applegate Farms, Hormel. So, again, it's like I'll see Applegate Farms products in there next to another one that's a local, smaller company that costs way more. 1.5 times, we always get the smaller company that costs more. We just eat less. Annie's Organic, again, General Mills. Zico Coconut Waters, Coca-Cola, Nanu. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, Lara bars. I remember, years ago I lived off of those things. Yep, General Mills. Honesty, Coca-Cola, Nanu.
Yeah, a lot of things, and they're just they continue to carry on. So I think if it's possible, support locally where you can. And this little guy, I had one of these longhorn cowfish in my fish tank. They are the cutest little things with the prettiest crystalline green eyes. Those crystalline green eyes remind me of someplace in Lemuria. Gorgeous.
Adorable. How about this guy? Whoa. This guy is just super cool too. And, you know, you got to be so careful with these because you never know which one of these they'll utilize to block distribution. And I've had it happen so many times where we've had a video that gets totally blocked because of one of these little things playing in the background. This is what they've done. They did this with a heart chakra video. Yes, absolutely. Look at this baby, you know, all snuggled up with mama. And, you know, it just boggles my mind when people will make a comment like, well, you know, the mother, you know, Mother Earth, whatever, she can't do anything unless, you know, the father says she can. Wow, you know, where is your thinking coming from? Because, again, we need to move past all these misunderstandings and misinterpretations. And really, it's all about dividing us. As long as we go right down that route, we'll never see ourselves as part of a greater whole. We are all cells in Mother Earth trying to right the ship because it's been an intentional poison fest from the big corporations. And that's just really the bottom line. We, again, got to support the little guys. You know, when Walmart was expanding and everybody was like, they're so cheap. How can anybody compete? Well, this is, you know, we're entering that final phase now. You know, the next step is when they all become one big corporation and you're, you know, basically chained into your cell city and, you know, you don't have to go to work anymore. But again, you might not be able to leave your apartment because you're going to have to ask for permission. And there'll be drones monitoring you. We don't want this. We're not going down that timeline. Humanity is awakening too quickly, but let's keep pushing that. Let's do our best, again, to get these videos out and to share our understanding of what's going on so we can help our neighbors, family, and friends understand the situation we're in and manifest a better timeline.
I agree.
Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.